told me today, he said, Brad, you look at that 48 car and look at that splitter. It's in the perfect position all night long. They're going to be tough to beat. They're coming to life for this chase, Ray. It looks like that 48 team is back.
And, of course, the advantage to Jimmy by winning the race is he and Denny Hamlin have the same number of wins so far this year. The driver with the most wins is the #1 seed and has extra points beginning that championship run next week. We got trouble back straight away.
Oh, David Rudeman's got it locked up. He's spun. Looks like he blew a left rear tire. And he was having a great run. Rudeman was running 6 at the time. Oh, man.
There you go. So the first caution is out in the race, 56 laps in. Let's go upstairs to Marty, DJ, and Andy.
All right, thank you, Alan. Boy, Rudeman doing everything he can to get it quickly back onto pit road and get that left rear taken care of. We saw this happen a couple of times last night in the nationwide race.
Yeah, probably from some kind of contact and some of the traffic that caused that.
Yeah, these splitters will get into that left rear if you get somebody down the inside of you. Well, it's going to happen right here.
Right there.
Kurt Busch.
Just as we said.
Well, he didn't need to blow a tire to go around either. He got some help. Pretty good help.
Keselowski avoids. 26 of Jeff Green avoids.
Yeah, a lot of cars avoided this. This was a lot of smoke on the backstretch, and some of the cars probably having a hard time seeing through it.
Rudeman did get onto pit road and got the left sides changed, and he's headed back out. So he is going to stay on the lead lap.
He will be the last car right now on the lead lap until we get the official word on the lucky dog, and there he is coming back out. We also should point out, I know Alan was getting ready to tell you right when that spin came out, it is now official. Jason Leffler is out of this race. So what that means for Greg Biffle is his spot is now clinched. So we now have 11 spots firmed up. And there you see the 19 of Elliott Sadler. He is our Aaron's lucky dog, and he'll go around and get back on the lead lap, and that'll give us 34 cars on the lead lap. Joe Nemechek was behind the wall for a while. He's 11 laps down. He's back out running in 42nd. As we said, only one car out of this race, but that's the news that the 16 wanted to hear. All right, here they come on to pit road here on lap number 58. Jamie, it's all yours.
A.J. Allmendinger doing a great job keeping it in the top 5 so far this race. Tight center, free off, sliding the nose, air pressure adjustment, 4 tires, Sunoco fuel. Doc.
Jimmy Johnson, the same thing. Jimmy snug in the center, loose off, as told Chad Knaus, make the air pressure adjustment on the car. Vince.
Clint Boyer a little tight in the middle. They're going to make a track bar adjustment and 4 fresh tires. They like the car now. Dave Burns.
Second place, Carl Edwards, little loose in, little tight center, little loose off, right rear air pressure adjustment. Testing something, said Bob Osborne. How about testing that pit crew? They win the race off pit road.
Checking our Longhorn Steakhouse race off pit road, it was Carl Edwards picking up the spot over Jimmy Johnson. A.J. Allmendinger's team had the misfortune of dropping 3 spots. Denny Hamlin's crew brought him up 3. So Carl Edwards back in front. He's led 53 laps so far tonight. Time for the AT&T Fastest Pit Crew of the Year award. Right now, you can see the 24 is in the lead, but you can help determine the standings. Vote from your AT&T phone by texting the car number to 2258 for the pit crew you think is the fastest and most valuable. Let's set the restart for you. Joe Nemechek was the only wave around, and we've got 34 cars on the lead lap. It is Carl Edwards. He picked the inside down low. Jimmy Johnson, Boyer, Montoya, Stewart, Logano, and look at the 14. Smoke going down low and taking the spot.
Yeah, he's doing that. And I saw a little game being played with Carl Edwards and Jimmy Johnson on that restart, too. Carl was kind of running Jimmy up the track right and say we're coming off the 4. We'll see how that plays out later on.
And we saw Jimmy Johnson kind of sneak his way up to the front and take the lead just before that caution came out. But look at Tony Stewart back here in his 14. He's sneaking his way up there, too.
And don't forget about Clint Boyer. He is not taking it easy and coasting to that 28th place finish that would guarantee him the spot. Here he is running 3rd, doing real well. And all of a sudden, let's take a look at A.J. Allmendinger diving under the 42, and Kansas going to try and follow.
Montoya's got caught on that outside. That worked well for him on the start of the race whenever he was right up the very front, but it's not working out so well this time.
2nd place. Boy, Boyer's trying for it. Can't get it done. Right behind him, Tony Stewart. There is, again, Montoya under attack, this time from Kansas. Montoya got his best Richmond finish in 7 starts back in May. He finished 6th in that one. He's got his hands full right now, and so does Jimmy Johnson with Clint Boyer.
Yeah, here comes Boyer. He wants to get up there to the lead. As I said earlier, 5 bonus points would go a long way for him. But he's really got his mind set on winning this race tonight and moving himself from battling for 12th to all the way up to that 8th spot.
Well, I think the one thing we're seeing is the 48 is not good on the short run, but the longer it goes, the better that car is, because here comes Smoke looking to take another spot away. And he's going to make it look pretty easy. He gets around. So now moves Stewart up to 3rd. And here goes again the 17 at Kenseth.
You see that 2-car, Kurt Busch, who started back in 21st. He's made his way up inside the top 10 now.
His Penske Racing teammate Brad Keselowski right in front of him. A.J. Allmendinger right there closing down now on Jimmy Johnson. Meanwhile, the battle continues with Kenseth trying to get underneath Montoya. And Kurt and Brad side by side right behind them.
Yeah, it looked like earlier Montoya at the start of this run just couldn't get the front end of his car to grip. He was having to get too far around the corner before he could get back to the throttle. That was lost in some spots. Now it seems to be a little bit better, but Matt Kenseth's not giving up.
Montoya finally gets a little breathing room. Now Kenseth has 2 cars all over him. Marcus Ambrose trying to move into this mix as well, just off to the right ear screen there. And there's Denny Hamlin. Paul Menard also, and Jeff Burton. Some great tight racing here at Richmond tonight.
Jeff Burton's gained 12 spots since the start of the race.
Keselowski with his teammate right there. They finally fall into line. So that battle sort of settles down, at least for the moment. On board with Denny Hamlin. Hamlin, that is Marcus Ambrose right in front of him.
Well, I just love watching this Denny Hamlin, the way he runs a short track. He's got, he really does have such a good, feel for these short tracks and good smooth style. And it really works for him.
Yeah, it really does. He doesn't. We won't see those brake rotors glowing on this race car because Denny gets out, lets his car roll and really work. You can see now he's going to try to go back past Ambrose on the inside.
And right behind that, you see Jeff Burton getting around the 98, or at least trying to get around the 98 of Paul Menard.
This has always been a really good racetrack for Jeff Burton to see he's able to take that spot away. Looks like tonight he's got his car handling pretty well too.
Well, Burton started 25th and now he has moved up to 12th, so he's doing okay. All right, so let's see. We've got Kellogg's, we've got Cheerios. It's the battle of the breakfast cereals. Let's listen in.
And cereal wars here. That bud? I was just thinking Frosted Flakes are a lot better than Cheerios. Good. 32 to a 30. Fine.
Oh, Bob's just not buying into it, is he? He's all business.
Well, and you were talking about the fact Carl is trying to loosen Bob up. He's trying. He does it deliberately during the race just to loosen Bob up. All right, there is the top 5 at the top of your screen after 73 of 400 laps here at Richmond. Jimmy Johnson's running 3rd. Is the drive for 5 alive? You better believe it is. Clint Boyer looking like he's pretty solid right now in 2nd place. And Carl Edwards hasn't won in 61 starts, but he's led already 75 laps tonight under the lights at Richmond International Raceway. Let's reset it for you in case you have just joined us. As we mentioned, Carl has led the most laps so far. On the move, though, Jamie McMurray up 20 spots to 14th. Clint Boyer running 2nd. That puts him well ahead of 13th place. And Greg Biffle has clinched his spot in the chase when Jason Leffler retired. We can tell you Joe Nemechek has also dropped out. And as we mentioned, Jamie McMurray on the move. You get a chance to see him in 13th right now. He's gotten around Paul Menard.
One more spot. Yeah, he worked hard for about 4 laps to get by Paul Menard. It looked like every chance that he got, he just wasn't quite clear of him, but a nice job by Jamie McMurray moving forward here.
On board with Kyle Busch. That's Kevin Harvick underneath. Remember, Kyle started all the way back in 32nd place. Has been slicing and dicing as he's done in the past. He's running 17th right now. Just to let you know, the worst start for a Richmond winner is 31st by Clint Boyer back in May of 2007. So another record that Kyle could put in the books if he does it tonight.
Yeah, and he's trying hard to make that second groove up there work. It's like his car may be a little bit tight in the center. Working pretty well for him on the exit of the corner. Making it tough.
Ryan Newman right behind There you see him behind the 29. There is a good look at Ryan. You know, everybody was around the area, the garage area today that I ran into. They were all wanting Kyle Busch to win last